Still got a few more stops today, so I wasn't intending to like really stuff myself, but this is so good that I had to keep eating. I know I drink a lot of coffee, but not that much. It's a nugget and a biscuit. Let's go. What's good, YouTube? It's LUISGUSTO. Welcome back to New York City. The Big Apple is notorious for being one of the most expensive cities on the planet. And if you want to spend a grip on food, you absolutely should. More than likely, it's going to be worth it. But on the other side of the coin, there are some hidden gems serving up delicious comida that's not going to break the bank. It's not even going to break $10. So go ahead and finesse that like button and let's find some cheap eats in the Lower East Side, Manhattan. It's funny because it seems like every time I film one of these cheap eats, it's a cold day. In any case, before we eat any food, we definitely got to get some coffee. Ludlow Coffee Supply. This is on Ludlow, just off the Houston. Got myself a black coffee, no cream, no sugar. That's just how I do it. Only $2.75. That's amazing for some coffee that's roasted over in Brooklyn to perfection. Yo, that coffee was legit, but I am starving. I worked out last night and actually didn't end up eating any dinner, not even a protein shake. So it's time to grab some breakfast. All right, our first food stop of the day is at Heaven's Hot Bagel on Houston Street. Got a breakfast sandwich with turkey bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel, only $4.75. Talk about a great cheap eat. Let's go. A bagel sandwich first thing in the morning, not many better ways to start the day. So far this morning, we've had an incredible cup of coffee and a dope bagel sandwich. This is actually my first time hanging out in Manhattan's Lower East Side. Now, normally before I visit a neighborhood in Chicago, London, or New York for the first time, I love to do extensive research on the culture, the history, the landmarks, things like that. But today I'm doing something a little bit different. I only research the restaurants, and trust me, I got my good sources. So in between food stops, we're just gonna be exploring the neighborhood for the first time and just kind of see what we stumble upon in terms of street art, landmarks, architecture, and other great things. Check it out. For our next cheapie hidden gem in the Lower East Side, we are at Cheeky Sandwiches. This is a New Orleans style sandwich shop. It is literally kind of hidden. They got all types of sandwiches like breakfast sandwiches and beef and pork, but today I went with the fried chicken sandwich on a buttermilk biscuit. This has some delicious looking gravy on there and some coleslaw. That biscuit looks so incredible. Let's get into this. Ooh, wow. Yo, that's so good. It's a nugget and a biscuit. Let's go. This is everything you want in fried chicken. Super flavorful, lots of herbs and spices, crunchy exterior, and that meat is super juicy. On the buttermilk biscuit, that's just kind of crumbling in my hand. This is a messy sandwich, so make sure you have a wet nap with you when you come down to Cheeky Sandwiches. Some people say the messier the food, the tastier it is. This totally makes up for me not eating dinner after my workout yesterday. That chicken is steaming. They make it fresh to order. It's a little hole-in-the-wall type of spot. You got stickers and graffiti all over. Definitely recommend this place. This is one of the best cheap eats I've ever had. Even got a little dessert here, little beignet. This is incredible. I'm so glad I came here. So here are a couple of my major keys to getting through an all-day food marathon. First and foremost, you want to work out, either the day before or the morning of. Yesterday I did get in a nice solid upper body workout, so this morning I was ready to eat. The next major key is you want to get some recreation in between. So right now we're at Pier 35 on the East River, Manhattan Bridge behind me. They got some swings here, some greenery with some beautiful views of Brooklyn and the financial district in Lower Manhattan. I did rent a city bike, so I was riding up and down the bike path underneath FDR. This gives me a little bit of time in between food stops, so I'm not just like boom, 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 eating the whole day. You know, burn some extra calories, work off that food, get ready for the next destination, which, by the way, let's head to now. Yo, we are having such a phenomenal day so far out here in the Lower East Side, but yet again, it's time to eat. So we're at our next cheap eat hidden gem, Lava Shawarma. I picked up a falafel pita sandwich. This one's for all my vegan and vegetarian heads out there. I love me a good falafel sandwich. I got a couple of spots in Chicago that I gotta put on the channel, but right now it's all about this tomato, cucumber, falafel, pickle, tahini, all on a beautiful pita bread. It's wrapped up so lovely, and they even threw in some Arabic tea. Oh, that's incredible. So we gotta unwrap this bad boy a little bit. Falafel sandwiches are usually a cheap eat, but they're not always a hidden gem because sometimes, you know, you gotta go to the right spots for a really, really good falafel. Yes. Got a little bit of sauce on the side. These falafel have an amazing crunch, and wow, there's a little hint of spice in there. Pita bread is extra fluffy. Over the last couple of years, the falafel pita sandwich has been one of my go-tos on days that I'm not really feeling meat. Even though we are meat eaters, we definitely try to throw in vegan and vegetarian meals whenever we can. So mushroom, falafel, Beyond Burgers, which I had actually the other day. I had a Beyond Burger here in New York. Lava Shawarma is a small storefront, but they do have this beautiful outdoor patio. All their food is 100% halal, and they got great customer service. This was made to order. I placed the order and it came out maybe like 2-3 minutes later. Definitely one of the best falafel sandwiches I've ever had. The key to a good falafel sandwich is balance. You don't want too much of any one ingredient. And in this one, everything is coming together. Whoa. As I spill, everything is coming together nice and balanced, as you can see. Super fresh ingredients, also another key. And this Arabic tea goes perfect with the falafel sandwich. We like to dine out at Michelin restaurants, and on this channel we show you some of the great restaurants that, yeah, you will have to pay for. But in this new series, we're finding the little hidden gems. You're not gonna pay $20, $30, $40 for a good meal. This was less than $10, and I'm full. If this was all I was eating today, I'd be good. Well, maybe not all day. You get what I'm saying. I still got a few more stops today, so I wasn't intending to like really stuff myself, but this is so good that I had to keep eating. With that said, it's time to move on to our next hidden gem. And by the way, if you're enjoying this food tour of the Lower East Side in Manhattan and want to see more films just like this, make sure you subscribe. All right, the next stop on our Lower East Side food tour is Joey Bat's Cafe here on Allen Street. Got myself an iced coffee. It's that time of the day, need that caffeine pick me up. You know what it is already, especially when I've been eating all day. I definitely get a little sluggish. So I gotta get that coffee. But that's not really why I came to Joey Bat's Cafe, because honestly, you could get coffee anywhere. They have a lot of cafes. I had to eliminate so many. I know I drink a lot of coffee, but not that much. What I really came here for is the pastéis de nata. This is their specialty, basically a Portuguese egg tart. I'm gonna be honest, this is the second one I ordered because I ate the first one, my microphone wasn't on, and I was like, you know what, let me just get another one, just for good measure. It's not just for the shot though, this was actually phenomenal. $3 for this tart, a couple more bucks for the coffee, coming in under $10. Once again, let's try the pastéis de nata for the first time. It is really like a croissant and a creme brulee had a baby. I can't really think of a better metaphor than that. It's just a great accompaniment to the coffee. I was talking with the owner. Basically, they've had this outdoor seating since the pandemic started. Inside, they do have a small seating area, but it's currently closed. Hopefully, it'll open up soon because that'd be nice to just chill in there. If you haven't already guessed, Joey Bat is a Portuguese cafe. They got lots of other coffees and pastries to choose from. These are baked fresh daily, which is a requirement for me. Let's get another bite. We are on Allen Street, and it's more like a boulevard, 20-foot median with a fence on either side, some cool trees and lamp posts. And on either side of the median is a bike lane. But if all that weren't cool enough already, Allen Street is home to some of the dopest street art in all of New York City. I saw a piece by Buff Monster, there's a SpongeBob, and since we gotta work off a lot of that food that we ate, let's check out some street art. We just couldn't do a food tour of LES without stopping at Essex Market, and we couldn't do a cheap eats in New York without stopping for some NYC pizza. So we're killing two birds with one stone, as the saying goes. We are at the Essex Market underground at the Market Line with a stop to Slice Joint. This is in New York City and Washington, D.C. And actually at Essex Market, I had a couple of options lined up. Both of them were closed, unfortunately. We'll get to them next time. We got a slice of pepperoni, and of course, a slice of cheese. Now both these slices come out to less than $10. The book of NYC Cheap Eats starts and ends with pizza. And obviously there are 1,000,001 options all throughout the 5 boroughs. But sometimes the best option is the one with no line, no wait, in a nice comfortable underground food market where you could wrap up since you've been filming all day long. So that's what it is. But without further ado, let's get into some pizza. That's actually pretty legit. I think New York pizza works best when it's simple, and this is simplicity at its finest. And you know it must be good if I've been eating all day long and I'm still going. That's what those workouts will do to you. But let us know what neighborhood in New York you'd like to see next. And with that, I'm out. Peace and blessings.